After the ball is over, after this game is done, after the die lot's finished, and you are short just one, many a knitter has made a tearful and desperate call, pleading with their local yarn shop, go after that ball.
Hello. Welcome to Pinhook and Needles, episode 98, Pinhook and Needles podcast.
Yes. Usually I just let you begin, and this time I decided that I was going to start, and yeah, I didn't let you know. Hi, my name is Talia, also known as Franciscan Gypsy on Ravelry Plurk, and just about everywhere else. I'm not very active on Plurk or Instagram, though.
I'm Marlucia, also known as Lady Fernico, on Ravelry, on Plurk, on Instagram. I am not very active on those.
You're not very
either.
Instagram?
Well, I'm kind of active on Plurk. I pop in to say good morning, and then I pop in to say good night when I remember. So,
the song you just finished hearing was After the Ball is Over by Ren Ross. That's obtained from MovieAlley.com from Mevio.
okay. We want to welcome all new and returning viewers, whether you have officially joined us or not. If you have not officially joined us, please do. We'd love to have you. We have another two. I don't have Vaughn twice.
Because
that
person is just that awesome.
It must have been because I had her name too. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
We can count.
7, 8. We have 8 or 9, depending on in my computer it fits. On this it does not. Okay, so we have about 8 new members. We're up to 203 members. We broke 200. Yay! We will do a celebration because the 200 member and our 100th our 100th episode and our second podiversary all fall within about 6 weeks of each other. We're going to wait for the podiversary, which is in May
15th.
to do a celebration.
It's on Davina's birthday.
Yeah, so we will do a great big celebration, well, sort of giveaway type thing in May sometime to celebrate.
We won't even miss the podcast when I go out of town.
I know, that's exciting. So when we hit around end of May, we will do the 200 member, the 2-year podiversary, and the 100 episode, even though some of those will already passed. Because
it's all close enough.
It's all close enough, and we just didn't want to have to go to the post office 5 times.
That's the big thing. We don't like going to the post office.
I hate going to the post office. So, okay.
I'm getting stamps.com commercial in my head now. Awesome.
Everything is awesome.
Well, you see, when I listen to my Stuff You Should Know and Stuff You Missed in History class, when they're people they do commercials for, stamps.com to avoid going to the post office, blah, blah, blah. So whenever we talk about post office, that's what goes through my head.
Okay.
They do a very good job of commercialing.
Anyway, let's welcome our new members. Sun Country, who is Izzy, who rejoined us. We're glad to have her back. She thought we wouldn't miss her.
Yeah, that's erroneous.
Yes.
We will notice if you leave.
Yes, we will notice if you leave. Izzy, we are glad to have you back. Don't do that again. Bad Izzy. Sun Country was one of our first. One of our first
members.
Yeah,
back when I think I was alone.
I'm not sure. Maybe I wasn't sure if I brought her in from Anastasia when I first joined you.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. You bring in all the members.
I do. I am the PR person. Remember?
Yes, you
are
are
the
my
techie person. Okay, I'm the people person. Anyway, welcome back, Izzy. Manda Jane, who is Manda, we welcome you. Vaughn, I think it's Vaughn, V-A-U-G-H-N-D-E.
Did you make sure I was spelling it right?
Yes,
Vaughn. I appreciate it.
Vaughn, and welcome. Her name is Vaughn, and I think her real name is Vaughn as well. Indie String, who is Kay, and if I have some of these wrong, I apologize. It's the way my computer is acting up here. Kay, okay, I think Kay has a podcast as well where she's doing her own Cal for autism awareness. You might want to check her out.
Are you having problems?
I am
over there?
having issues. Okay, problem solved.
You're come right
Okay, Anne Fran 25, who is Anne. Celtic Lucas, who is Lucas, and he does have a podcast. I know he does. I believe it's called the Brochet podcast. Lucas, I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. I think it's Brochet. I've listened to one of his podcasts. He's really good. You should take a listen. He is a video podcast, so go ahead and take a look.
He's on YouTube.
Yes, he's on YouTube. Tanya Marie, who is Tanya, and
Tanya or Tanya?
Tanya. And then I think TK, I'm sorry, TK?
Tikai? Why do you have that down twice?
That's what I was telling you. I think it flipped it down when I went from the computer. Tikai, I'm sorry, if we haven't pronounced your name right, will you please drop us a line in the thread like one of our other members did when we asked her and tell us how to pronounce your name because it looks like it's a beautiful name and I don't know how to pronounce it. So we welcome you. And Alice White, who is Angela, we welcome you too. We have a lot of new members this time around. It's so exciting.
We do.
And a returning member, which is equally
Yes.
exciting. So welcome. And those of you who are lurking in the shadows who have not yet joined, we hope that you will join us soon because we have a lot of fun. And we have a wonderful Cal going on, which in order to be eligible for prizes, you need to be a member of the group. So, okay. On to the Autism Awareness Cal. Here's our mascot.
She's back there.
Yeah, she's back. We can see her over our shoulder. They say hello. Okay, I'm going to put them over here because I need space. Okay, we're going really strong. I looked at the thread, and we have a lot of projects and things.
Yeah, I'm way behind in looking at that.
We have socks. We have toy or two. We have lots of things that are works in progress, some of which I'm not quite sure what they are.
Well, we'll end up finding out.
Which I'm really excited about. Maximix has a really, really bright, I had to ask her if it was a hot pad, for grabbing a hot plate, or if it was a mitten, or a glove. And she said, no, it's a glove. But it's very, very bright. I mean, it would be awesome in a winter day when you have the snow and you've got this nice, bright glove. It looks really warm. So we have some really neat projects, some really good encouragement going on. We like to see that. That's great. Just to reiterate the rules, very simple. It's crochet or knitted objects.
Very simple. She says they're very simple.
Sorry. Knit or crochet projects, brightly colored. If it is a work in progress or only has one bright color, you are eligible for one chance for a prize for that project. If it is two bright colors, two or more, then you're eligible for two chances with that same project for a prize. If it is a featured pattern, which we haven't had before, so this is why you have this third chance. A featured pattern, which is 10 hours or less, braided bright, that's George's pattern, the braided bright, which he created for our Autism Awareness Cal. Thank you, George. Or the Winding Journey hat and or mitts
by Juliana.
Which is Juliana Lund is her last name?
I know her rap name is Jules Lundra.
Okay. Well, anyway, her patterns, those two, well, I guess there's actually three if you count the mitts and the hat separately.
Yeah.
Those patterns will get you 3 chances to a prize, even if it's only one bright color.
Right.
So you have a nice
nice option.
A nice option. Yeah, nice option. I can't think today. I have a headache with this weather. I think I'm like...
Yeah, it's raining outside, which is actually why the lighting's so beautiful.
Right. And I have weather-related headaches sometimes, so I'm having a little bit of trouble focusing. So if I sound really weird, that's why.
It's because she is really
yeah, that too. So, yes, I think you have it easy enough. I can't talk. Should I just take 5 seconds here and breathe in and breathe out? Please tag your projects with the tag AA2014. When you post the FO, let us know if you're using one of the featured patterns. We are co-hosting this,
yes.
Cal with Emily, who is Chain of Fools, the Fibertown podcast group, and with Juliana, who is the Jules Lunder of the Equal Opportunity Podcast.
Equal Opportunity Crafting.
Equal Opportunity Crafting podcast group, and she developed the Winding Journey patterns. And so we can triple dip, okay? And so
we all can triple dip. We're not allowed to dip anywhere.
Yes, you can triple dip. We can't do anything unless we go to Kay's and do hers.
Oh, you mentioned Kay's.
I did mention Kay's at the very beginning when I welcomed her.
Oh, okay. Her particular one is blue, though.
Yeah, hers is blue, and it's separate from ours.
Yes.
You can check it out. I forget the name of her podcast, though.
I still need to pick up her podcast because, I totally listen to all the podcasts I'm currently subscribed to.
I'm sorry, I'm very scattered today, so I'm going to move on here. Okay. Oh, yeah. The only other rule that I wanted to remind you, if it is more of a somber color, I will move it, or Talia will move it, to the show-off thread. We want only bright colors for the autism awareness, but we do want it ooh and ah over everything, so we will just move it to the show-off thread if it's not brightly colored at this time.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see here. We said that, okay. And that's done. Oh, prize donations.
Yes.
We have some of the prize donations to show you. You've seen this bag before, okay? This is a Lois Minis My Bag bag. This is the sweater size. Lois has donated this exact bag, but I think it has a yellow or orange
thingy
lining and whatever you call this part of it here. It's a small bag, but Lois's bags that are small are not real small. They can hold a lot. So that's one of the prizes. I don't want to take it out of the wrapping because she wrapped it so pretty. 2 more prizes that came in the mail yesterday, or not yesterday, this weekend.
Yeah.
From Cloverbird, who is Melissa. She
all the way from Hawaii.
All the way from Hawaii. This got to me like in a week. I was very impressed. She sent us 2 bags. The first one is her small bag, and I love this pattern. Isn't that gorgeous?
Well, you wanted one in a larger size for yourself.
I wanted the large one. Somebody stole the medium one out from me.
Stole it, huh?
Uh-huh. And isn't this great? This is her medium bag, and it's Dr. Seuss. How great is that?
It's all the different characters.
It's got Horton Hears a Who, and the Grinch, and the I think that's the Fox with Socks, and Yertle the Turtle, and Red Fish, Blue Fish, One Fish, Two Fish. I mean, this is just
Green
great.
Eggs and Ham.
Green Eggs and Ham. That's Sam I Am. That's Sam I Am. Oh, Davina used to get this little pout. That's Sam I Am. That's Sam I Am.
She would not appreciate that.
No, she wouldn't. She gets very irritated at me.
She doesn't like to remember that she was ever
No,
young.
she doesn't. She doesn't like. She's not a child, so she doesn't want to be reminded of that time of her life because it was a horrible time of her life.
Because she wasn't nearly, what did she say, awesome? Or
I forget what she said. She's just funny because she's just funny about that. But anyway, so we have these prizes that we can show you. We also have Juliana, who is one of our co-hosts, is donating a pattern from her shop for the winner to pick.
Mm-hmm. And her patterns are awesome.
They're very awesome. Emily, who is Chain of Fools, our other co-host, is donating, well, I don't know what it is. She says, I'll send it to you. So I don't know what it is yet. I'll know, when we know, we'll show you.
Yep.
When we get it. Sarah Jane Designs, who is Sarah, and her name is misspelled here. There should be an H in it. I just hadn't had a chance to correct it. Sarah Jane Designs donated 5 of her patterns, 1 for each of 5 lucky winners, and her patterns are also awesome. And I was mistaken. She did correct me on the thread. Thank you, Sarah. All her patterns that are available right now are crochet. So if you do not crochet, please put that on the bottom of your FOs and whips. So if that comes up, we know, so that we don't give you that that pattern. Okay.
I try to keep an eye on whether or not people crochet in it.
Right.
I usually check.
Yeah.
We have only crochet.
But her designs are absolutely fantastic. They really are. Okay. Oh, we heard, and I did not ask Hank's mom if I could mention her name. Sorry, Robin. I'm going to mention you. one of our viewers, one of our very sweet viewers, Hank's mom, who is Robin, contacted me a few days ago and said, would you mind if I donated a skein of Malabrigo lace weight? Robin, thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
I had to giggle. Would I mind? Are you serious? Oh, that's wonderful. I'm so excited. I checked the colorway. It's really pretty. I think it's kind of a, it looks, when I looked on the site, it looked kind of like a peachy, pinky. I'm not sure exactly what color. It's really pretty. I just don't know exactly how to describe it. It's very, very pretty. She said it was the Ladrillo, or Ladrillo, Ladrillo colorway.
I would think it'd be Ladrillo.
I would think so. And it's Malabrigo lace, so if you want to check it out to see what the color is, go ahead. It's fantastic. It's a lace weight. So it's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much.
It's Malabrigo. So,
I love Malabrigo. So thank you very much for that lovely and very generous donation,
Thank
Rob.
you.
We appreciate it. We will be donating an $8 or less Ravelry pattern to Fibertown, one to Fibertown, and one to Jules London, her Equal Opportunity Crafter podcast. So we encourage you to kind of go ahead and take as many chances as you want in each of our groups. Just make sure you're a member of each group. I'm sorry, my head is starting to bother me. Okay, hooks.
How many do you have?
I have 1, 2, 3, 4.
I definitely have more than that.
Yeah.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so I started.
Are you counting graphic novel with that?
No.
Okay.
Okay, so the first one that I'm going to talk about is one that you haven't seen for a very long time.
She went deep stash.
Yeah.
Or deep hibernation.
Deep hibernation. It's in my. Oh, you were very mad when I picked up this bag.
Yes, I was. I wanted that bag. That's another.
You
pet
weren't.
lumber.
Yeah, you weren't planning on actually picking up though. It was going to go away.
I wanted it.
She just didn't want anyone else in this house to have it. She could. So this is the Pig's Cloverbird bag. It's gorgeous. Really cute. And in it is the Potiversary sweater, which is a sugar maple pattern by Karina Spencer. I'm using US 3 needles and KR Dye Works Ultramarino 3-ply sock in the Penhook and Needles colorway. And the pattern was gifted to me by Cappy913, who is Kathy of the Knit Nerd podcast. She was our co-host for the sweater along that we just finished. So
I need to get in touch with her.
you can't help but be in the middle of the row when you're doing this one because it's in the round. It would have been nice if I had been in a sleeve point though. Anyway. There is, let's see, you see that there's some sleeves are done.
Are they cap sleeves?
They are cap sleeves. And I have to go for 3 inches from the underarm before I have to worry about any other shaping. So, just knitting. There's some patterning, but just enjoying it. I should be making it into the brighter blue pretty soon. And enjoying this pattern. I worked on it quite a bit the other night. Even though, because it's on size 3s, you can hardly tell. It takes a lot longer to get to 1 inch than it does for the normal project.
Keep going.
Let alone 3 inches.
You have so many more than I do. Keep
Well, I'm
going.
just going to do one more and then I'll be done. Okay, so that's that one. Like I said, deep dive into the hibernation.
Made me think of Ben Tennyson's Big Chill.
Ooh, almost dropped my tea.
Yeah, don't do that. Daddy will be perturbed if you get it on
Upturbed?
top.
What's
Yeah, that too.
upturbed?
Upturbed is the opposite of perturbed, which is worse.
Oh, next is, you can kind of see her already. It's Sherbert the Lady Snake, which is the crochet snake pattern by Spotlight. I believe this is a free pattern, and I understand that a couple people are crocheting this along with me.
You'll probably finish it before you went
Probably. I'm a slow crocheter, not because it takes me a while to crochet, but because I don't enjoy crocheting as much as I enjoy knitting. So I will crochet for a little bit, then I start whimpering and wanting to do my knitting again, so then I put the crochet away. I'm using a G-hook, Yarn Bee Danielle in the colorway Vibes, and then Hobby Lobby, I love this yarn, neons in the multiple different neon colors, which I'm not going to run through.
You can probably run through as well as you can.
So, I started this for the 2013 toy along. So, she's
not that long. I mean, that's just, Christmas time.
Hey, Sherbert. So, there's Sherbert. Let's move her along.
She's going to tee on her if you're not careful here.
And move her along. And move her along. So she got some work. Getting to the point where I could start thinking about decreases.
Start.
Not there yet.
Mm.
So, much larger than I ever anticipated her being. I mean, I knew she was large. She was going to be large, but I didn't have any idea how large. So, she's still a growing girl. And, yes, George, I'll keep a little bit of progress on her each week. George is her biggest fan.
She'll get done because of George.
Yes, she'll get done because of George. But, no, I do enjoy, every once in a while, I enjoy getting some work on her. It doesn't require much focus. And it is nice to change up a little bit to do the crochet. But, yep, your turn.
No, you have to do one more.
I did two. Your turn.
What was the other one?
I did the Podiversary and this.
Oh, okay. My headache is really bothering me, so I'm not really paying attention to anything but my crocheting. I don't care what she's saying. Just talk to them. All right, my first one. Well, I might as well do the one I have in my lap. This is my Peep project from the Peep Pillows pattern by Anna Paola Romoli. And I'm using Hobby Lobby's I Love This Yarn Neons in the blue neon colorway. The pattern calls for an H hook, but I'm using an F hook because I tend to crochet loosely. And usually I'll use a G instead of an F, but I didn't like, it looked like it would be too many holes in it. I didn't want to see the stuffing. So, and it's still huge. This is a Peep. I'm
kind of creepy looking right now.
Yeah, I wanted to have slightly larger little eyes and stuff. These are the regular safety eyes, the black button eye, kind of just the little black eyes. And looking back on it, I wish I had waited for bigger ones, but I kind of wanted to finish this sooner rather than later, like maybe before Easter. Which if I sit down and do it tonight and tomorrow, I might be able to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm having fun with it. It's not a difficult pattern. I just have to make sure I pay attention if I'm, having family time with the family or whatever, watching television.
Family time with the family?
Yeah.
Versus family time not with the family?
Yes, like with Thomas or somebody.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, that's he needs to be finished being stuffed and finish up the bottom and then the ears, and he's done because he's a Peep. He doesn't have any appendages
yes.
for the ears. So I'm enjoying it, and I might enter this into Kay's blue autism awareness if I finish on time. So yeah, okay, that's basically that project.
Okay, so as I focus on purlings first, the next project I'm going to talk about is the Robin of Locksley project, which is the box elder cardigan pattern by Maria Lay, using US 9 and US 7 needles. Currently I'm using US 9s. And the yarn is Dragonfly Fibers Traveler in the Villainous colorway. And I am knitting size 36. Which bag is this in? Oh, that's it. This is in my Lois Birdie's bag.
Which is an awesome bag.
It is.
Because both Lois and Melissa make great bags.
Okay.
Oh, did you read from, now I can't remember her name. She had written how she liked the podcast, and then she said that she
was that the most recent? Because I've read all the notes on our different episodes, but I'm not caught up on our last one.
Well, I'm not sure which one it was, but she had said that she, oh, I wish I could remember who it was, because I can almost see her, I can see her avatar almost.
I can see her avatar too, but I can't remember. Her name begins with a B or something.
I think so. She had said something about the fact that she had bought bags from both Cloverbird and Maybe by Bag, and she was going to get more.
Yeah, I can't remember. Sorry, I know.
I know who she is,
Who
but
you are.
asking me to think right now is like not a good idea. So.
And I have read everyone's thing. I haven't looked at everything on the autism awareness project thread. I have looked at everything on the episodes, and I've read all my messages. I just haven't gotten down to answering everything.
Right. And I think I'm caught up with everything there right now.
She's the PR person.
Well, I had to kind of do a marathon before I don't like to leave anybody unanswered by one of us before we do the next podcast.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to kind of sit down and make sure I answer everybody.
So this is Inside Out, and I'm in the middle of the room.
Okay,
then.
that was a pleasant sound.
Let's see if I can do that. There we go. I'm in the middle of a purl row. So, oops.
That's growing fairly well.
It is. Hang on, the hood is. There we go. So
Very
it's
nice.
definitely looking like a sweater now.
Yeah, now it's looking like a sweater. It doesn't look like a one of those like chainmail.
Yeah, I think I have like 3 or 4 rows before I could start. I think I had to measure it to like, I can't remember how many inches, 14 or 15 inches from the underarm. So I'm pretty close.
So you can keep going if you wanted to make it longer, right?
Yes, I could.
Yeah.
I probably won't.
Right. Well, you don't like to have it too long.
But it's working up well. I'm looking forward to it. When I get to the end of the actual sweater, then I can start thinking about picking up the ribbing, and which will be all that fun. And also, my needles are getting poked in here. And also, I can think about
Fraternization between projects.
also I can think about the sleeves. So I'm turning this back inside out again so I can go back to where I was.
I need to have
Fiddly sticks.
fiddly sticks.
Yes, hang on.
I need this.
I'm tangling all my yarn stuff.
You got it right?
Okay,
I think you're caught on the. I thought you were caught on the
now I know what the problem is.
cord.
There we go.
Oh, there you go.
There we go. Let me just see. Yeah, there we go. Just do one stitch and put it away. But yeah, that's all for this one. It's been growing in fits and starts. Yeah, there we go.
We tend to be not sporadic in our projects, but I don't know, what is it when you kind of focus on just a couple of things and then you put it aside and focus on something else?
Mm-hmm.
Well, whatever it is, that's what we tend to do. Unless we want to finish something, and then we're very focused on that one thing. And I need to find a pencil or something.
I have a pen because I'm actually a prepared knitter who carries a pen.
I know you'll have a pencil. No worries.
Be happy.
Thank you. Okay, my turn?
Yep.
All right. Let me put this back in the bag for a second. Okay. I'm going to use my backpack. My second project, I'm not going to take it out of the bag because I did do a whole lot of progress on it. It's in my M&M's bag from New York. Everybody who has watched this for any length of time knows that this is my lattice trellis Afghan project.
You've almost had that bag for a year.
Yeah. And this is the blanket. I did about maybe 2 or 3 rows tops. So it doesn't look that much different. I'm just going to show it to you this way. And it's my own pattern. I've been using the Yarn Bee yarn in the Danielle colorway, which is this variegated yarn. And this pink yarn is impeccable. And I'm having fun with it. It's just that I put it aside because I wanted to work on something else rather focused because I was trying to finish it. And that is that.
Okay, so my next one, which is, hang on.
Oops, there goes Skittles.
No, it's not. Oops.
No, it's Skittles.
Okay, my next
Skittles is happy.
project that I've been working on is the Turquoise Love, which is the Lots of Love pattern by 10 Hours or Less. I'm using US 17 needles and Line Brand's Pound of Love in the turquoise colorway. And I'm using 3 strands at once. So I just did like a row or two on this. Let me make sure. Yeah, I'm right
That's
there.
very pretty. And you haven't seen that for a while because she hasn't worked on it in a while.
So
Very pretty, though.
you can see the hearts showing up, and then the middle heart is taking formation as well.
Can you imagine if you made this into like a skirt or something, how heavy this would be?
Why would you want to make it into a skirt?
I mean, it's just how heavy it would be. It's so pretty.
So, yes, it's been getting a little bit of love. It's still definitely not anywhere near finished.
I like the pattern for a shawl.
Oh, you mean the bottom part?
The whole thing, the
Mhm.
hearts and all that. It's
Mhm.
pretty. Like a stole or something.
So, it's been getting a little bit of work.
Okay, how many more projects do you have?
1, 2, 3.
3. I've got 2.
Okay, so go ahead.
Okay. The next thing I was working on was my Dragonfly cardigan, which is from the Sunday Cardigan pattern, which is out of this magazine. Okay. And it is in my Lois Lazy Gnome bag. I think that's where I have it. So, yes. In my Lazy Gnome medium. Here's my bag. And I actually did several rows on this. I'm in the middle. No, I'm not in the middle of the row. Okay.
Well, for crochet, it doesn't matter as much.
No, it's just that I lose my hook then. So it's growing.
I actually usually purposely stop crocheting in the middle of the row, so I already have done my chain for the...
Right. Sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. It depends. Okay. So you can see that it folds like this. I haven't decided. I actually saw a sweater. I think it was in the Appleseeds catalog that looked a lot like the sweater I'm making, and I wanted to add buttons. And to this sweater, yeah, buttons. I love the way Denise says buttons.
Well, you see, I was actually thinking Quiet Man, which is what I always think of.
I always think of Denise because she's the one I listen to. But anyway, they have a button band on a sweater like this, and they use a contrasting color. Like either here they might use, well, not a contrasting color. I guess it's just a color that's in here. Like I would use maybe the green.
Mm-hmm.
And they use it to
It
make...
depends on what you want to emphasize. You can use the purple as well.
Right. They use it up along the sides and around the collar and down the bottom so they can have a button. So if I decide I want to do the button band, I will have to find out from somebody.
It might be too big, though, if you do a button band.
It might be. It might be. And if it is...
Because I think it's going to be a little big on you anyway.
It might be. If it is, I won't do the button band. I'll just put a one button.
You may find, you know those latching ones?
Yeah.
That would work really well. Because
Possibly.
you wouldn't need a button band.
Possibly. So I found a new button shop on Etsy. It came up when I was looking at patterns for some reason. I sent it to Taya too. I can't remember the name of it, but
I probably won't get quite as much use because she does do more metal buttons, and I tend to like to do wooden.
yeah, I think she has some. I just looked at the metal ones.
No, she mostly has metal because I think she makes her buttons.
Well, whatever. You can make wooden buttons.
Well, I know that, but I think that she does metal work.
But but anyway, regardless, she has really nice buttons, and she does have the clasp ones that Taya's talking about, and she has really good prices. And I looked at the price, I'm like, wow, that's for $5
yeah, they're
or $6
really
or whatever.
decent prices.
Very good prices. So I'm going to keep that in mind if I decide I want to do clasps or something, because I think I do want to have a way to shut it, because I don't really like the open sweaters that much. I do. Although one of my favorite sweaters is open, my green one.
Yeah, every once in a while an open sweater's a good thing.
Yeah, every once in a while. But I'm still enjoying this pattern, and I hope to finish it soon, because I'd kind of like to wear it to Maryland. I don't know if that's going to happen.
You know how hot
Maryland
it's going to
Sheepin'
be.
Wool.
I mean, it's chilly today, but
Right.
it's been warm.
Last year, Maryland Sheepin' Wool was not too warm. It was warm, but it wasn't too warm. I don't
know.
recall
I
too
didn't
hot.
go.
But, yeah, so that's this in my Lazy Gnome bag. From getting to my bag.
Marking off my row. Let's see. Knit one. Let me just knit one.
I'm not going to be giving any autism facts today. I did find some, but I just don't feel quite up to giving you facts and making sure that they are correct and I don't misread them or whatever. So I'm going to do that maybe next week. And we'll just continue on as we're doing.
Tisk, tisk, tisk.
She says that she ignores everybody to
There we go.
Pearl and
I
yes.
just had to double check something. I'm on the lace section.
Uh-huh.
Everyone understands that.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so the next project I'm going to talk about is It's Okay to Be Different, which is the Braided Bright pattern by 10 hours or less.
Which I intended to start this morning, but I didn't.
You hit me
I did not, in fact.
with your head.
Is that a hit?
Yes.
I do not think so.
Yes.
I think I'll flick you. Flick.
Flick. Flick. Isn't Flick the name of a character?
Yes, from Terry Brooks.
Terry Brooks, but it was the first.
I don't remember which one. It was the first one I read.
It was
I think.
yeah, it was the first.
No, the one
book in
the one I
series.
read was with Call and the first one I read was with Call. And
But it was in the first
Paul.
series, so it was Flick was the older brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Olmsted.
Um,
Sorry, we were talking about a novel, a science fiction
It was
fantasy.
a Flick and Parr.
No, I thought it was Parr and Cole.
You're right, it's Parr and Call. Flick and Plus, what's his brother's name?
I forget because I like the other one better.
Yeah.
With the dark uncle and the.
You see, I like that one better, but I also like the one with Flick's brother's nephew? I don't remember. The one with the doctor.
Yes, I know what you're talking about.
I can't remember his name right now.
We're talking about a series or a couple
Terry
of
Brooks.
series by Terry Brooks, who is a sci-fi fantasy. No, I guess
And it's a Shannara
he's pure
series.
fantasy, right?
Yeah, he's pure.
He's pure fantasy.
He's pure fantasy.
And he's really good. You should check him out.
But anyway,
Back to knitting and crocheting, because that's what you're here to.
I
presumably
was
here to.
going to talk about the Braided Bright shawl. Not shawl. Braided Bright.
So how did that
headband.
put us onto story?
You're going to flick me.
Oh, okay. Word association.
In the autism awareness bag. The word association, not in the autism awareness bag, though.
No.
So,
Nicole was cracking me up. I was watching her podcast, and she'd say something. She'd go, "Words, Nicole, words."
was it Nikki Nicole?
Yeah, Nikki Nicole.
Okay.
There's
There's a lot of Nicoles.
She cracks
So.
me up. She's so funny.
Finished the yellow and the pink,
Very good.
and started on the green.
It's stretching its tongue.
Uh,
Oh, you did start the green. Very good.
well, I started the green when I was talking to you the other night, and I worked on it more.
Yeah, but I was
during
working
our
out, so I
meeting.
wasn't paying attention when I was working out.
So, we're still podcasting, Keto.
Okay.
Okay. So, it'll get done at some point.
It looks like hair. When we were kids, my mom wouldn't let me have my hair long. And my girlfriend, my best friend at that time, we were about 7 or 8 or something like that. And we used to just pretend, because we wanted to grow our hair. So everything was flick.
Wow, Mom. She couldn't have her hair long either?
No.
That's very amusing. And then you followed suit and didn't let us grow our hair when we were younger.
That's not true. You guys had your hair long for a long time.
Not from ages 5 to 10.
Well, you
It
were
was
just
like
16.
there.
I don't know why we cut your hair after that, but that's all right. You
Okay, so,
have one more.
how many do you have?
Just one.
Okay, I can do this one first.
Just one.
Yeah, I can do this one first. Alright, so the one I'm working on currently, and just trying to get it finished because of things I'll tell you later, is the Rainbow Petals project, which is Zuzu's Petals pattern, another Karina Spencer, US 8 needles, and it's Chopel, oops,
Sorry.
Chopel wool reggae ombre in the Kleiner Fuchs colorway.
Now, didn't you say that, or somebody said that she has another pattern coming out, or has a new pattern
I don't know. I know there's another pattern for I like.
of hers?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe that's what it was.
So
I like the colors. It's cool.
yeah, the colors are turning out very well. I'm really not sure what I'll wear it with,
That'll never stop you.
but I wanted to work on the colors, which is why I picked it.
They're very pretty. That's another one that kind of reminds me of. This reminds me of an Indian blanket.
The Venus Ed made me think of Mexican.
That too.
So, I'm in the lace section. I'm on row 33, and there's 40 rows.
33 and a third?
41 rows.
33 and a third?
So, it's been getting worked on. So I could easily finish it before next podcast.
She wants to finish it because she wants to,
I'll tell them about that later.
she wants to do something she shouldn't. You have no idea what I'm going to say. Oh, that's intelligent.
Your turn.
Just
No, it's next. It's now it's her turn.
okay. The other project I worked on, I didn't get a whole lot of work, but I did work some on it, was my Guileless project, which is from the Guile pattern by Anastasia Zattel. It's a shawl pattern. It is a crochet pattern, and it's in my, where is it? I think it's in here. Yes, it is. It's in my Cloverbird chai tea bag. And this is my sweater size chai tea bag. And I love this bag. Talia gave it to
And
me.
it loves you too.
Here's my progress. I don't know if it looks like much to you, and I'm in the middle of the thing here. But it's still curling like crazy, but that's okay. I'm in no hurry, really. I know she's having a cow, but I already told her I probably wouldn't finish it on time. So I'm just kind of doing it as I can. And I really I love the colors. I love the pattern. This right now is just pretty much a straight stitch, straight single crochet. And it is a free pattern, so I'm not giving it away. I think it's a free pattern.
Oh.
In any event, I'm not giving anything away. It does have a lace border to it when we finish this section, the body. But I'm enjoying this because I don't have to think about it until I get to the end.
It's the equivalent of stockinettes.
Yeah, kind of. And it's I don't have to think about it until I get to the very end because it's a little fiddly on the end. But once I get past the end, it goes pretty quickly. And I like it. I like the colors because the colors, I wouldn't have thought that I liked this kind of green. Normally, that's not the kind of green I would gravitate to.
Now, where did you get that yarn? I can't remember.
I got this yarn at Shenandoah Fiber Festival last year. This is the one where Max Nix had told us
Oh, yeah.
that this is the Shalimar yarn, I think. Yeah, Shalimar yarns. And they were having a sale.
That's right. Nothing in their box appealed to me, so I went across the way and bought a sweater.
Because by the time, yeah, because
bought a couple sweaters.
by the time we got to it, it was already afternoon. So it was pretty well
Max
picked
Nick
over.
was smart. She told us after she'd bought.
Yeah, Nicole's never gonna live that down. I mean, at least she told us.
True, but
She
you
had
already
to.
got what you wanted. She needed.
We're gonna have to do something special for Nicole because we keep teasing her about that. But she told us about it, and the yarn was 3 for $30. So there were $10.
It was a good.
It was a really good. I think.
I just didn't see any yarn that I liked.
Right, and I had to search. I found the two greens I'm working on, and then kind of I think it's like a tealy, bluey kind of green. And I put that aside because I didn't think it would work. This only needs 2 colors, so I don't know what I'm going to do yet. And I don't think I'm going to use all of the darker green that I'm using for the border. This color here, couldn't find it. Well, that's the lighter one. That's one I'm already using. This color.
It's showing them.
There we go.
It's just waving the yarn doesn't make the bubbles go away on the screen. Just so you know.
And there's that stupid little
I can make
bar on there.
I can make the sidebar go away. There we go. See, it went bye-byes.
Yes, it went bye-bye. Okay, so there we go. So the other color
It's
is
actually
kind
getting a
of
little darker in
yeah.
here.
The other color is kind of a tealy color. So it was a good tip from Max Mix, and I'm enjoying it. It's a fun pattern. So
Okay, so let me finish my slips. There we go. Okay, so the last knitting project I have to talk about is in another Cloverbird bag. This is one of her mediums.
it's a plumber bird.
And they're birds on a wire.
Yeah.
Um,
I had to look up a plover bird. It's an actual bird.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's actually the bird that she has pictured here.
Yeah. Some kind of a seabird, I think.
So, this is the Nada Donna O'Connor sweater vest, which is the Swallowtail Vest pattern by Yarns by HPF. I'm using US 10 needles and Mustache Yarn and Fiber Hell of a Skein. The name of the skein, not my swearing, in the Fulani colorway.
That's all on Stacy.
I'm making it for Davina. She as yet does not know that it's not a sweater anymore and it's going to become a vest for her. She is obsessed with Donna O'Connor, keeps saying she wants a sweater vest, but I don't think she would wear one once she gets out of her Donna O'Connor phase.
But if it's stylish, she'll wear it. So.
Well, she was already talking about how disappointed she was that she can't wear her poncho I made her much because
It's starting to get warm.
It's starting to get warm, and she was saying, or she was upset that she couldn't wear it outside the house.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, you could always wear it, when it's a little cooler. She's like, yeah, I want to show off my styling. So she thinks she's very stylish.
Yes.
With her multicolored poncho.
Yeah. She was wearing the cowl in the house the other day. She gets upset because she can't wear it out.
Yeah.
So
you're not going to be able to see much detail. Hold on.
What are you trying to do?
Show it.
Okay. Wait a minute, you're stuck.
Yeah. And you're not going to be able to see much detail. First of all, because there's not much in the way of detail. Second of all, because it's so cramped on this needle. It looks like a fuzzball down there. Because it's 400 some stitches.
It feels like a scrunchie. I mean, it's much softer than a scrunchie, but
yeah.
It's
just, I'm hoping it won't catch on things for her.
I think it'll be fine. She just has to be, and she will be careful of something like this. She really likes the stuff we make her.
Mm-hmm.
Davina is very
knitworthy.
She might not know how to take care of it in terms of
washing,
laundering it and stuff like that, but she appreciates it.
So it's gotten some work. It doesn't seem to grow very much because it doesn't grow very quickly.
Even on the bigger needles.
Even on the bigger needles. It grows quicker than it did on the smaller needles. On smaller needles, I really need to poke my eyes out. At least this is making some movement. It's just the fact that the rows are so long. I can't do more than a couple rows at a time.
Right.
When you have 400 some stitches. I'm hungry.
I thought you were Talia.
Not anymore. Hungry replaced Talia.
Well, I don't want to do a podcast with hungry.
My stomach's making noises.
Well, shh, it's rude. Okay. Do you have any more whips?
No.
I do not either.
Do you have any graphic novel?
No.
I do.
I do not feel like working on the graphic novel. This week it was just too difficult to work on the graphic novel for me. It seemed like every time I could sit down it was evening, and I really need a good light. Although Ty got me a good light. So
yeah, that light does work well.
It does work well.
After we got back from a walk during the heat of the day, I didn't want to work on knitting, so I worked a little bit on cross stitch.
I worked on something else, which you'll see later.
And
wow, that's coming along nicely, Ty.
Yeah, the words are. I had to take out part of a word at one point because I scooched it down a little farther than I had to, and actually up
Scooch
here.
what down?
The word. And this right here actually is in the wrong spot. It should be scooched more, but I didn't notice it until I was done with the row, and I was like, heck with it, it's fine. You wouldn't know that if I didn't tell you. So.
It's homemade. And what is it that the second zombie said about the Amish, that you have to have a mistake in there because nobody's perfect but God?
Are you serious?
I think that was Stockinette Zombies where I heard that. I may be
well, there. That's my mistake.
So you're sticking to it?
Yes.
I think that's kind of a cute idea.
So it's going along well. I've been enjoying it. I really enjoy working the words. Almost more. Actually, I know a little more than I do working the picture.
It looks very nice, Ty. Very nice.
I'm writing with thread.
I like cross-stitching because I feel like I have artistic ability when I do it. Because I can't draw a straight line to save my life, but I can do pretty things with yarn, with thread. Okay.
I can draw, but it's not my enjoyment area.
Okay. Do you have a finished object?
No.
Okay, I have a finished object. I'm calling it finished. It's actually in my rough draft, things that need to have ends woven in and or blocked. This has the ends woven in. It just needs to be blocked. This is my Moved by the Spirit shawl. This is what I was working on very exclusively for like the last 2 or 3 days, which is why I hardly worked on anything else the rest of the week.
I'll have to last it anyhow.
This is unblocked. I kid you not, this will almost double. Okay. Sorry, I'm sorry, I don't want to poke
Not a
you.
problem. You're fine. I need to think back.
As soon as you get to that point, I might need you to help me to, I don't know if you can see.
We can see. There we go. I was only supposed to make 3.
So you can see that I got the body done and the edging. I don't know if they can see the
Yeah, they
edging.
can see.
Okay. And when this blocks, I mean, this is unblocked. Look at this. It's already a shawl. When I block this, my red one,
I would say block it aggressively too.
and I do. When I block it, I'm gonna have to use her blocking.
I'm going to
Mats
I'm
as
going
well
to
as
mark
mine.
my name on my
Yeah.
on the back of my blocking mats.
Because when I do this particular shawl, and I'm planning on maybe doing another one of these in cream or white, this blocks out huge. I mean, you have to. It just the yarn, even taking it out of the sink when you do the initial soak or wash or whatever it is you call it, it just really blooms. And I'm really happy with this. My husband always likes, this is the one project when I finish it, he's like, I like that. I like that pattern. I like that shawl. But this one is not for me. This is for a friend. So it's hard to say goodbye to it because I like the color. And it is in my lowest, right now it's in my lowest bag, my Serret bag, my money bag. So I'm calling it finished. It does need to be blocked.
So,
Okay.
Prompts. The whole reason why I'm rushing to finish these petals instead of letting it be a purse project for a while is, let me pull up my pull in here. I need to start.
Did I actually buy you that, or?
I've had this for a while. I can't remember if you bought
I know
it.
I showed it to you. I don't know if I actually bought it for you or not.
This is the Flying Scots Man by Stitchner Designs.
It's a gorgeous pattern. If I could knit, I would knit it myself. I knit very well.
Hold on. I want to actually turn it so they can't see the
Pattern.
pattern.
They have a way to do the thing full screen.
So, there we go. Now we can't see the pattern. So, it's a gorgeous shawl with some color work. The color work is actually done in self-striping yarn. I almost bought some yarn. And I exited my cart very well. And I went shopping in my stash. So,
Are you going to give credit where credit is due?
for what?
For your not buying?
I didn't buy. Oh, yes. I was thinking, like, you didn't have anything to do with that. I was watching The Stockinette Zombies, and Megan said something about not buying anything at the pipeline because, and this is several episodes back, I'm behind. She said something about not buying anything at the pipeline because she had her own LYS at her house, and so she would just shop from her stash. So I promptly exited the cart and I went and shopped from my stash, which is too large.
I'm going to tell we got these yarns.
So this will be my main color. And this was gotten from a
It was a Christmas
knitting with my
Knit My
bag
Christmas kit.
Christmas kit. I forget what she usually
One of
calls
these yarns was mine and one was Taya's, and I didn't know what I was going to do with a DK weight one skein.
it. And
So-
this is totally my color. And then I'm going to use, this has never been used. I've tried to start several things with it. I just never got around to finishing whatever it was. This will be my secondary color, my color work.
And some of them will recognize this, right?
Yes, this is, I use this to make a little cow, which I don't wear nearly as much as I thought I would because I had to close it.
Right.
But I love the colors for this,
Mm-hmm.
and I've been wearing my green shawl a lot lately. So I've been dying to make the Flying Scotsman. The color work's beautiful. I've been dying to do some color work for some reason.
Yeah.
So a shawl with a little bit of color work at the bottom seemed to be a good idea, especially since the main shawl part should be fairly mindless. I should be able to carry that in my purse. So this will go very nicely together.
I need to look up this company and see what they have in the blues.
Oh, they have some gorgeous colors.
Yeah, blues and greens.
And the laying, this was actually a color that the designer, this is actually the yarn brand the designer used, although she didn't use Jowl Magic, she used something else. But it was laying yarn.
And that's Deep Stash. I mean,
This
that's when
is
you
Deep
first
Stash.
started. One of the first times we went to our LYS, you picked that up.
Well, I was going to make a shawl out of this initially, crocheted. And then I ended up tearing it out.
Right, I remember that.
That was back when I was primarily a crocheter, so eons ago.
Okay.
Actually, it might have been a knitted shawl. It
I
might have
don't-
been my first.
I don't remember.
It was so early on, I can't remember.
My writer's block, prompts, no writer's block, prompts. Mostly autism awareness. I want to start George's Braid It Bright, which is probably going to be the only thing I'm going to be working on that's knitted for a while. And there are a couple other things I'm not quite sure of. That, like Talia, I've been wanting to start, but I want to finish things first. I want to finish my sweater before I do.
Oh, I have several sweaters I want to start, but that's like the thing that I must start.
But you know, well, I have a color. I showed you the sweater. It's a crocheted sweater. It's an interweave crochet design.
It was actually one that I had started
For your grandma.
2 years ago, back when I was first starting to, actually, it was, yeah, back, I just learned to knit, and I wanted to start this crocheted sweater for my grandmother. I made a knitted sweater. I was going to start a knitted sweater for my grandfather, which was going to be my first knitted project, and I was going to do this crocheted colorwork sweater for my grandmother, but the yarn I had, I couldn't get gauge. The only way I could get gauge was I had to go several hooks down, and it was such a tight fabric you couldn't feel the softness of the alpaca. So I ended up making that a knitted project as
Right.
well.
So I'm looking at making that. It's a pullover, so I'm hoping with my gauge issues that if I go down, you know, I think it's a worsted weight, or maybe it's a DK.
It's a DK.
If I go down to a fingering weight.
Because I used that alpaca from Knit Picks.
Right. So if I go down to a fingering weight, I should be okay
And
making it.
maybe, alpaca grows, so maybe if you don't use alpaca, it'll be exactly the size.
Right, maybe. I mean, there's no saying I have to use alpaca. There's plenty of soft yarns out there.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I'm looking at. I've been having an itch to do color work. I found a class on Craftsy, brand new class for crochet. They were having a sale this past weekend, and it was color work for crochet. And I was really excited about that because it's been a while since they've had a new crochet class. So I picked it up on sale. I don't know if it's still on sale, but it was like $10 off. So you might want to check it out if you're interested in crochet color work. So yeah, I don't have any graphic novel.
I have royalties, and I'll do mine first and see what's so much more. I just have one.
Okay, before we do the royalties, let's do the thank yous so we don't forget them. I want to thank Turbo Knitter for the shout out regarding our podcast and our autism awareness. Cal, he gave us a very nice verbal shout out there. It was we really appreciate it. We thank 10 Hours or Less, who has donated our wonderful Braid It Bright Cal, which is it's our first pattern that's been given to us for anything. So we're happy about that. It was developed especially for us. Thank you. We want to thank Knitting's My Bag and Ploverbird for the bags that they have donated. And we want to thank Hank's mom for the yarn she's donated. We want to thank Juliana for her pattern. We want to thank the donation of one of her patterns. We want to thank Sarah Jane Designs for the patterns that she donated, 5 of them. And we want to thank, there's somebody else, Emily, for whatever it is she's donating. God bless her heart. I know she's probably giggling at us, but so we want to thank all those people because there's so many to thank that we want to make sure we didn't forget any of them. And I think I got them all. If I didn't get you all, I apologize. We do thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, go ahead and go.
All right. So, I saw on Instagram. Now I haven't watched Jenna of.
Are you talking about Jenna Cooper?
Yeah, what's her podcast name again?
Retro Lemon.
Yeah, I haven't watched Retro Lemon in forever, but I follow her on Instagram, and she had something on Instagram that caught my fancy, so I went and I bought one.
Oh, I didn't realize we hadn't seen it yet. Okay, good. Okay.
This is the Gleaner, the Ultimate Fuzz Remover. It comes with 3 different blades, and something to remove dog hair and cat hair.
Yeah, usually that's red. That's really funny. That's
black. Black. So you attach the blades to the end, and you know.
Yeah, because one is One is for lightweight yarn, one is for medium weight yarn, one's for bulky weight yarn.
No, it's just
For
for
fabric.
It's more for how much fuzz you think it is.
Oh,
on it, I
that's not what she told.
think. Okay, well maybe I lied. Maybe
I
lied.
don't know. Maybe she,
I didn't really read the directions, so
But-
she knows.
Yeah, but she, in fact, show time.
And this is how much I got off of my green sweater. First time around.
We should give it to somebody who can spin it.
So, I haven't done it. I haven't even. I'm sure I could get at least that much from the inside of the sweater.
What is
This is from the outside.
What kind of yarn is this that gave off the? It's not acrylic, right?
No, this is Shepherd's wool. My Vivian. It is. Hold on, I'm checking for you all. Because I haven't thought about what yarn my Vivian's been made out of in a long time. It was finished in 2013. Okay. There it is. Let's see. Stonehenge Fiber Mill Shepherd's Wool.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was
So
one go through.
That's not a particularly sheddy yarn, is it?
No, it really does. It peels a little bit,
Mhm.
but this took all this fuzz off, and I probably could have gotten more. So, yeah, it does a good job.
How much time do we have?
You was having to start going through your things.
Well, I want to make sure. I just want to know if I have to split it in half.
While she's grabbing her thing, I'm joined Delicious Death. I was pointed. It's a group in Ravelry. It's a fan of Agatha Christie novels. Tinker Girl pointed me there, and I'm reading Labors of Hercules.
Now, I've joined the group. I have not been able to start the book yet.
I'm on the
but
second labor.
I actually like that scarf, the crocheted scarf. That is pretty.
You might have started.
I might have to. I ordered. Everybody has been talking about the hooks from China, or the knitting needles from China, the circulars, and they're kind of bamboo. And I thought, I wonder if they have crochet hooks, and they do. They're like $6 for the set. So I bought. These are the regular crochet hooks, which I hadn't intended on buying originally, and I think they're not going to be that great on my hands, but we'll see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hooks, and I think they're like $6. And the good thing about it is, even if it's not super good on my hands, this is one of those really, I don't know if you can see how thin this hook is, but it's one of those really, I think this might actually be one of the ones that you use for, I don't know if you can see it, it's not focusing.
These are really small.
It's a very small hook. It's one of the ones you use for crochet thread as opposed to yarn. So if I use something that's small, because now I have magnifying glass and lights and things like that, if I want to do something smaller with this kind of a hook, at least it has the larger handle. And so they gave me, I think I said 8 of these for like $6. And then what
The
I
handles
originally
are smaller too. I think because they must have teenier hands.
right, but at least it's bigger than what the hook would be.
Yeah. I mean like the length.
Oh yeah. Well, I think that has something to do with the fact that they want to give you a good grip on it, because I was looking at the if you look at the Crochet Dude, the little hook is also smaller. I don't know why, it just is. These are the Tunisian, and they're bamboo. I think I got a 32-inch cord, or maybe a 40.
So of course the question is, when are you going to start Tunisian?
Yeah, I have to do that. I want to do that. It's just I keep finding things like sweaters and toys to do. And it's Talia's fault.
Oh, of course, because I'm the toy.
Do you know I have something like five sweater quantities worth of yarn? I don't do sweaters.
I have like
Yes,
at
but
least,
you do sweaters.
I have at least 10 sweaters.
But you
worth,
do sweaters.
At least.
You do sweaters.
I could probably knit from my stash for sweaters until I die.
I have always said I wouldn't do sweaters, and I have at least 5 that are not being used. So that's this one. I also ordered, Interweave Crochet is having a sale, and I ordered several
The internet
magazines.
crochet isn't bad for you.
Yeah, it has. I got on Crochet Me because I've determined that I am primarily a crocheter. I am not giving up knitting, but you won't see me doing much of it. It's, excuse me, I went ahead and resubscribed to Crochet Me, not any of the others, just Crochet Me, which is Interweave Crochet. And they are having a whole bunch of sales, and I picked up several back issues of, or a couple back issues of magazines, and the ebook, I think it was like 59.
Be honest, there were several issues.
59 accessories, which I've been wanting for a while, but was out of print in the hardcover form. It's better for me to have it on the computer anyway. I can print it out and I don't have so much space, I don't have enough space to put the magazine. I also picked up this DVD, The Crocheter's Toolbox by Lily Chin. And she has another one that's a little more expensive, even on sale, so I'm waiting on that one. And this is like, it says Techniques and Tricks for Savvy Crocheters, which I'm interested in because I'm thinking that some of the things that I'm finding difficulty on, they want like things like putting your swatch to work for you, how to eliminate yarn ends, floats, and gaps, adding trims, buttons, and beads. Yeah, chaining or not, the perfect foundation. This stuff, I think this is going to be really good for me, so I can really move forward.
Yeah, I think it's finding time to actually
to watch it. Right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, that's that one. I'm trying to get through the ones that,
Yeah, because we are running a bit long.
yeah.
I don't know what took so long this time.
Oh. I got this as well. This was part of my Amazon card birthday, Christmas stuff, or whatever it was. I'm just going to show you the books right now. I'll have to go through them some other time because it's just, we don't have enough time.
I don't know why we're running so
I
much
don't
today.
think we're going to have much chance for me to do that. So I picked these up when we went to the bookstore the other day, a couple weeks ago. This is Crochet Gifts. I think this is a British magazine.
Did you see the sweater with color coming back?
I didn't see that. It's probably not in here, though. But anyway, this is one of the magazines I picked up, and I think this is a British one. Let's see.
If it came in a wrapping instead, it is British.
U.S. Sentinel. Maybe not. Maybe it is American. I don't know. Okay, that's that one. I picked up this Love of Crochet. This is a British one. British ones always have neat little gifts.
That's not a little gift.
I actually got this magazine for this because I want to make this cowl, and this cowl is the reason for this button.
Huh.
So that should be fun. My husband just looked at the button and said, "What is that for?" The other things that I have, when my husband got me, I had a whole bunch of Amazon cards. My husband got me a fairly good sized one, and then my daughter, the other one, Davina, gave me a $10 card. So I had a fair amount of money to play with, and I had these on my queue for when they were on pre-order. This is Calamity Free Crochet, troubleshooting tips and advice for the savvy
You
needle
didn't show
crafter.
that one already?
No, did not.
I thought you showed these for some reason.
Well, maybe I did. I don't believe I did. If I did, I apologize. I'm losing my mind. The Crochet Workshop. I may have shown it, but I don't think so.
Yeah, I thought the only thing you
'Cause I
had
had-
to
I
show
had-
was the magazine.
No, because I had the Mastercraft book. I don't know. Maybe I did show these, and I do apologize if I did show these. Our new viewers haven't seen it. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Okay, so that's that. I will probably bring the magazines back one at a time to show you what I like.
Yeah, I don't know why we're running so far over.
Right, so I don't want to go any longer than this. I do want to say that I did some writing. I finished my Mablog article for my work. It kind of goes into an e-magazine type of thing, and that was a bit over 700 words. And then I did about 950 words to the shared story. So I was kind of busy that way. That's good. Did you have anything that way?
No, I tried, but it didn't really work.
Okay.
Didn't
All right.
take.
Okay, so I think that's about it. We already did our thank yous. I'm sorry it's taken so long. I don't know why it's taken so long, but we will say goodbye now so that you can get back to doing what you have to do. We appreciate you spending the time with us. We know you have a lot of other things to do. We wish you a very happy Easter and, well, Holy Week for those of you who are celebrating Holy Week and Easter. We wish you a very happy holiday. And this is Pen, Hook, and Needles, episode 98. And that's a wrap.